Hello, you turkeys, and welcome to episode 7 of the Side Quest podcast, a weekly podcast where four friends get together and talk about video games, TV, movies, and any other nerd stuff that interests them along the way. And here's one of your hosts, TJ.
Hey guys, it's TJ, the bringer of the weird and wacky news at the end of the episode. And Sasquatch Nugget sightings, have you seen him? I sure haven't. But for those, you can go to twitch.tv, Xbox Live, Instagram, Snapchat for your most up-to-date sightings and locations. Twitter at SasquatchNugget.com. And here's our other host, Pascal.
Guten Tag. My name is Pascal. You can find me on Twitter, P42C4L, and on Twitch the same. And if you don't find me there, then I'll probably play some games and hide in my dark little corner. And here's another host. His name is Zach.
And you can find me if you look right above my head on this little Twitch stream right here, Sua Spider. I'm there on Twitch and Twitter and Mixer a little bit every once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Mixer.
I'm here to be loud and have opinions that lots of people don't agree with. And I'll kick it over to our hostess with the mostest, Wes.
John Hammond. Welcome to Jurassic Park. We're going to talk about that. Santa. Yes, that too. What's up, guys? I'm Wes. I am the hostess with the mostest gray beard in the land. And yeah, you can find me on Xbox, Twitch, Twitter, all those good places. Westman Y2K. I got all that shit on lockdown, I like to say. So yeah, I guess now's the time in the podcast in which we all discuss what we have been playing and watching over the last week. Gonna go random wheelie here and pick Pascal. You start.
God, played No Man's Sky, and got to watch TV shows mostly, and one of them was my favorite, Supernatural, and got with my girlfriend finally to season 5, and kind of been hooked again. It's nice to rewatch it, and
What's her thoughts?
oh, she loves it. Like, first I was kind of skeptical that she's just gonna watch it because I like it so much, but she literally, like, sometimes I catch her when she's like, yeah, let's watch another one. So it's pretty amazing for me that something that I enjoy, like, as a TV show, and it's such like a niche TV show in a way, like not everybody likes it, but that she really likes it too. It's awesome. It's pretty cool, and I can't wait to get to the end of season 5, which is by far, in my opinion, the best season. So,
are you fully caught up with it? Have you watched all the episodes?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm already at the newest season, but again, like she didn't, so we kind of watched from the beginning.
Yeah. I watched up until the end of season 6, but I didn't finish the last episode, I think.
Yeah, they're on season 13 now, so.
Okay, I like it
Holy
farther
cow.
than that. Maybe season 10.
Like 6 is a little bit weak. 7 is kind of weird, and then from then it picked up on strength. Where it's like, holy shit, like they have so many ideas, and then really like from season 8 till 10, it's just like, you know, you're going back on your seat. It's pretty good, but I still think season 5 was the best.
I went nuts and binge watched everything that was on Netflix in a really short period of time. I was actually kind of impressed with it myself. Some people might think it's a little sad, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I just got a little burned out.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Good.
I was just gonna say, when Pascal was here, he actually I caught him watching it once, and I started watching it, and I never binge watched it, or I haven't seen any like set of episodes together. But if it's on TV, I find myself now stopping on it to watch it. So I think I need to binge watch it.
I think you need to binge watch it. It's a really good show. It's real entertaining. It's a good Monster of the Week show, for sure.
I binge watched the shit out of Lost a long time ago.
Yeah, it's
Not Penny's Boat.
It's not like that's the thing. Like it goes like from ghosts and monsters to like different mythologies, and the whole storyline is connected. Like, let's say in season 5, there's, you know, all of a sudden there comes this one enemy that you saw in season 2, and they're like, oh yeah, actually, you know why this and this happened? It's because of this, you know, because this is who I am. And they're like, oh shit, and everything is connected. And which is crazy to me, the writers, even in like the later seasons, like season 12 now or 13, they're insane. Like, there's like so many things that if you actually watch the little details from the first beginning seasons, it all makes sense. You know, it's everything is connected. They don't leave anything out, and that's why I like it. And the characters, you actually feel for the characters at a certain amount the more you watch it, because they build the relationship really good. Like, you believe that those are brothers. So
So is that I don't ever pay attention. You guys know I'm the world's worst. Like sometimes I can't even tell you the actor or actresses that are in some of the movies I watch. But is that something normal for a show that's on that long to have different writers? Or is it just if it's not a long show to have a different writer?
well, for me, one of the big things is they have to have different writers. The main storyline is kind of the same, but they, you know, every writer has like different ideas, and from season to season there comes back maybe a writer from season 5 or 4, but it's not only one person. But in my opinion, if his season is running 13 seasons, I mean, it kind of speaks for itself that it's a good or okay TV show. That was a cat.
Somebody's cat just
Did
got
did
murdered.
Cheeto get like electrocuted?
No, Cheeto was fighting with a different cat, with Rainy.
Oh, whew. I thought somebody just murdered the cat. I was like,
Yeah,
"Come
she's-
cat, meow.
No, she's kind of dramatic.
I tore through. I just looked it up on my Netflix stuff. In less than 2 months, I watched all 10 seasons.
It's about what I did with Lost. It's not.
Yeah,
That's twice as many seasons, but
yeah, just
pretty nonstop.
nonstop. That's all I did. If I wasn't at work, I was watching Supernatural until I fell asleep.
Go then.
Oh, that's cool.
It was really
Yeah.
good. I enjoyed it.
I've never been let down by Spider's recommendations of watching.
So,
stuff.
so listen, so my recommendation doesn't mean anything. I see.
Mm.
I see.
No, because there was that one time you had me watching My Little Pony. So
Hey, I mean, I have a special connection to that one.
So for No Man's Sky, tell me about this giant asteroid monster that you sent us a picture of.
Well, it wasn't an asteroid monster. It was just a snapshot that I took. I don't know. Like, it just looked so cool because the whole universe was like red, and there's so many asteroids. There's so much stuff going on, and that was kind of like one of those moments where I'm like, that's why I play this game. Like, it just sometimes it has those moments where you know just randomly just jump from galaxy to galaxy, and you just to explore, and then boom, you just like, holy shit, this looks amazing, you know, and it just captures the atmosphere like pretty well with like the planet in the distance. And like what has me is like that the planets are huge. They are, you know, the North Pole looks different than the South. You can spend an entire 80 hours on one planet and never get bored because there's so much to do, or you decide to just explore and
Hold
find
on,
stuff.
hold on. You are not going to spend no 80 hours on one of them planets in that game and do the same thing with the same animals and the same vegetation.
I'm just
in the
saying,
same
but you,
state.
I'm saying
Country.
you could. The thing
Oh,
is, you
okay.
could. That was the main.
You said
word,
it never
could.
get bored.
You know,
So-
I'm pretty sure. Like, if you're that kind of person that likes the Minecraft style, you'll be fine.
Well, yeah,
There's
if
cave
you're doing all the
systems,
building,
you know,
and building and shit.
But if you want to explore kind of like Elite, and you know, like I sent Wes a picture that I might share on Twitter, or in Discord or whatever, which was I found an abandoned system that used to belong to a species, and I was like, that's kind of weird, and I, started docking at a space station, and this whole space station was like old, creepy music, noises, and was totally
Pascal
abandoned.
space docking.
And it was just amazing to me. And I was on the planet, and it was just everything was abandoned and crazy. And there comes the joke with space talking again. God, everybody is cracking up here. No, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure that I mean, I love the game. I mean, my hours are there now, and I can't wait what they're gonna put in the future. So I
This
love it.
definitely sounds fun and interesting.
It's like, especially now, like I'm so well set up with everything. Like if Wes starts, I can kind of help him out a little bit if he doesn't want to grind the way I did. So
What's the biggest thing that you would say you've accomplished in that game?
my base.
The one that you sent the picture of the other day?
Yeah, that's like if you don't use creative mode or something, like the material I put into it, then I got a nice ship now. So I'm pretty sure the base is probably the proudest
So-
achievement.
Why don't you post that
Creative
picture in the
mode.
Discord?
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
do it in a minute.
The
should find it.
creative mode thing, is that like in Minecraft when you can go in and you just pick whatever you resource?
Yeah, yeah. and it's also shared. You can also do a shared, but I cannot join with my save game from creative your normal game file. Like we would have to have the same mode. So let's say you do
that's cool.
permadeath. When you do like permadeath, for example, it's you're dead and you lost everything. That's also a mode. Then I cannot join that with my normal one because I would have an advantage. The same with creative. You could have like unlimited resources or everything and then join your friends on normal. That's why they did that.
Okay.
So, but if I do normal, like everything is shared. Like I just uploaded my base. Again, I saved it and uploaded it. So if people not from my friend list come to this planet with a portal or whatever, they see it the way I left it. And they can interact with it and then upload that too when they leave it. So everything is connected and it stays within the same universe.
They can or they cannot interact with it.
They can. My friends can. Like they cannot grieve me. They cannot grieve me, for example. There was like an issue where they could alter the terrain that everything would crumble and fall apart, but they fixed it if I'm not mistaken. And the chances of a random without the coordinates you have finding your planet in all the billions of planets they have is very, very slim. So I'm never worried about that anyways. But yeah, like, you could just join my game, I give you my coordinates and you just go up there or you teleport towards me. And you can just keep on working on stuff, adding stuff to it, build your base right next to it, connect the bases, whatever you want.
Is there a purpose to the bases? Like,
farming, trade terminals. You can have like I actually work right now on building like a dome kind of building where I put all my plants in, like rare plants from different systems, from different biomes. There's a lot of like farming stuff. That way you don't have to go like.
So you can harvest them.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Then you have like specialists there. They give you like little missions where you get like rare materials from, or you can trade them in for more money, which you then can use obviously towards a goal of buying you this, 300,000 or 300 million, whatever, nice freighter that you want, or an exotic ships, which are really neat looking. There actually, I saw a space freighter on Reddit, which I need to find a picture. It looks literally like a pimped out, badass Star Destroyer. It looked amazing.
Segway.
So
I'm just gonna put him on the spot real quick before we get back to No Man's Sky. Speaking of pimped out Star Destroyers,
what?
Did you do it?
Sure.
Did you really?
No.
You mother. You didn't watch it.
No.
Continue, No Man's Sky.
I have a question.
Sure.
About the game. So, are there groups of people who are grouping up together and building like bigger civilizations or building bigger groups? Okay, so can they then go to war against each other for resources or anything like that? Or
I mean, I guess they could. I mean, they could try to kill each other.
You want to be a real jackass?
I mean, I'm pretty sure they could. Now, there's no gain from it. I mean, there's no like incentive to do so. I mean, I could join your game and kill you repeatedly, but I wouldn't get anything from it really. So they their vision of this is less PvP. It's more enjoy the journey together and build your galaxies.
Bernie Sanders universe.
Because there's more than one galaxy. So there's actually, I think, 255, and every galaxy has unique things, and it's just complicated. You will, once you get to know the game and play through a little bit through the story and kind of get the grasp of it, you're like, oh yeah, there's more than one galaxy, obviously. But it's ridiculous. I mean, but yeah, to answer your question, you could, but you wouldn't get any like gain from it. You wouldn't get like a rank from it or something, or like
But could I steal their materials?
Yeah.
No.
So what's the point?
That's the same. That's what I'm saying. So, and their vision is, I don't know if they're going to do it in the future, but the development team, those 15 people that work on the game, they're kind of against it. They wanted to have like a shared experience, like a cooperative, you may say. You could kill somebody, but they wouldn't have any gain from it other than trolling.
So I guess my question then is, you said that, and I maybe it's people not on your friends list. If they happen to find your civilization You said they could interact with your
Yes.
buildings.
No, they couldn't. They couldn't like take stuff from me.
They couldn't change the way they're built, or
No.
turn your
No.
doors inside out just to piss you
No.
off.
No. Mm-mm.
So what do they
have to
interact
be-
with?
They have to be in your instance. You have to invite in your instance. They can interact with you. And the environment. Like I said, the terrain editing. Like if some idiot would join my game and he would see me where I'm at and then, try to alter terrain around me, he could. But I could reverse it easily, kick him and reverse it, and he would be banned from an instance, and then, he couldn't like do anything to me anymore. But yeah, so
So
the
it's like
thing
that
how-
video of the guy sitting at the beach and he's asleep in the chair, and they dig the sand out from underneath of him, and he falls over.
yeah, pretty
That'd be
much.
your house.
Yeah. But you can, again, I'm pretty sure I read something that they fixed that too. But like I said, like he couldn't like do like edits or something unless he's in my instance, if I invite him to my instance. So let's say Nugget, Zach, and you will be in my world, in my instance, and I allow you in my instance, I guess. We will all be kind of like a squad or a party up, and then you can edit. Like, you have the priorities to add, or the capabilities to do that.
And don't let Pascal fool you guys. There are asteroid monsters, because I was looking over the pictures and Spider pointed it out. And not only was it a monster, but I laughed so hard at the description, I have to read it. So he quotes, "You mean to tell me that's not a giant asteroid alien with asteroid clubs spiked with some mineral crystals? You can't be that specific, and that's just an asteroid. That is an alien asteroid.
Right.
It is out to take man
I
down."
traced it out. It looked like an alien in there, just like it's about to come alive. It looked like something you'd see in Star Fox, maybe. Like that's the boss at the end of the level. You've been flying through a load of asteroids because you think, oh, this is just an asteroid level, and then you get to the end and it's just giant bogey's been detected, and then the music gets all serious and it just transforms out of a bunch of asteroids together to be this giant thing and just flinging shit at you the whole time.
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in space.
Exactly.
That's right. Those pictures are posted in Westman's podcast chat. If I don't remember if that's open or not for everybody, but
Yeah.
Podcast chat. What are you
Talking about.
if you go to Westman's Discord, there's the side quest
Oh,
podcast chat. I don't know if it's open. It might just be for us, but I posted them.
oh,
in
it should
there.
be open.
There you go. So you guys can see those pictures we're talking about. Blood Thrasher is Spider. Who is Zach?
I go by many names, and I have many faces.
So going back to No Man's Sky really quick, the one thing I wanted to say is, I think that might interest Nugget too, because I know when I got it, when I launched on PlayStation, I think you guys watched it for a few minutes. The game now compared to launch is night and day. It could have been called No Man's Sky 2. If that says anything. And like I said, I mean, Wes knows it. How many times does Wes see me commit, other than Battlefield, like 60 or 70 hours to a game? I mean, it's rarely. So,
Vampire, Assassin's Creed.
Right, but how many times do I start a game?
FIFA.
Those games, but how many times do I buy a game like Shadow of War? I played it what?
Shadow of War.
20 hours, not even that. I think like 12 hours of in-game time, and I kind of don't want to go back. I like the game, but it doesn't like hold me that I, have to finish it now. And I have so many of this. Our backlog proves that. So I'm just, I don't know. This No Man's Sky is kind of like calls the inner nerd in me, and I love it.
It's crack for Pesco. What else did you watch or play? Obviously,
that was pretty much
you
it.
haven't had time.
No, I mean that's pretty much it. I mean, I played a little bit of FIFA here and there, obviously, but I didn't like it that much anymore since I played the new Pro Evolution Soccer demo again. It's amazing, and I wish that FIFA would have that gameplay.
Okay,
it's just
so-
more simulation.
Yeah, what's different between the two? Like,
Well,
what makes Pro
FIFA,
Evolution
so-
much better?
Pro Evolution Soccer, the player faces are so much better. Like, even from lower tier teams, they look just so much more realistic. There's a lot more detail. The Fox engine is just so much better with like stadium grass, how it looks. They have dynamic weather. Like if it rains, if it starts raining the last 20 minutes of the game, the ball is different. Like the passes are, have to adjust your whole gameplay. Your stamina goes down quicker. The whole game itself is a lot more realistic. It's kind of, if you compare, I don't know if you had played those games, but for West,
Does the ball slow down?
Yeah, like it's like slower, like if it would
And
be
you
rain.
can't see because like the rainwater's hitting you in the eye like a
No,
jet
I
ski.
mean,
I don't want to
Yeah.
speak for him, but as someone who doesn't play a lot of soccer games but has played both of these franchises in multiple iterations, I think what he's kind of trying to say, other than the graphical difference, is FIFA feels very
it's like NBA Live versus NBA 2K, kind of.
in a way, yeah. It's very arcadey and also formulaic at the same time. You know, when you hit a sequence of buttons in FIFA, exactly how that's going to play out in a way, because every kick feels the same. Everything's on a straight line. When you kick it, it goes straight to the guy that you're kicking it to, unless you're leading him. In Pro Evolution Soccer, everything is more fluid with like animation wise, but you can't control those animations as stiffly and as rigidly as you can as FIFA. So it's more realistic looking, but it makes it harder to play. But I also think it's more realistic playing as well.
So sort of the difference between like a Forza and a Need for Speed, where
or like a Forza Horizon versus a Forza Motorsport.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was sort of thinking like the NHL 2011 compared to 2012 when they went to total stick control, and now I refuse to play it.
Yeah, I mean, and then that's the thing. Pro Evolution Soccer, like the one thing why I don't think they're gonna go down is just because it has this fan base of this gameplay, like gameplay wise, and unless you're a freaking like biased Ultimate Team fanboy, there's no denying that Pro Evolution Soccer does have the better gameplay by miles ahead. That's also why every time, I don't know if you go to like the Game Awards on like Gamescom or E3, Pro Evolution Soccer always wins the best sports games. Always. You can go the last 2 years and you see Pro Evolution Soccer on it for the gameplay because it's so close to the real sport. Now, it kind of sucks because EA is like a dick. They buy all the licenses. So every time, and Pro Evolution Soccer has to get like those individual licenses easily patched on PC, on PlayStation 4. There are options files. You just put it on a USB stick. Boom, you have everything licensed. The players are always licensed, but the team name's not. That's EA's doing, so that Konami cannot do anything about it. The EA has exclusive rights, and they buy more because they have the money. But on Xbox, it's kind of a shitty situation because Microsoft doesn't allow those option files, like the data from a USB stick to your hard drive. They don't allow that. Why? I don't know, because they support modding, but like for the Bethesda games, I don't know. But maybe in the future, one day, but not now. So PC and PS4, if you like Pro Evolution Soccer, definitely the platform to go.
Okay. Interesting.
Anything else?
I'm still thinking. No, that was literally about
We
it.
put him in fucking soccer overload right there.
Yeah,
I could see steam like.
I mean, it's my
Fuck
story.
you, EA.
Pounded on his desk.
I yet have to play a real time with Ultimate Team. It came out in 2006 or 7 or 8, something like that, and it was the first introduced Ultimate Team kind of like that in the Champions League. I don't know, in a weird mode. I think it was the Champions League game. I don't know, something like that. And I knew something bad will happen with this freaking trading card games in a normal sports game. And boom, I called it. It happened. No, I didn't foresee or foreshadow that, but I kind of got a feeling that this is going to happen, obviously. And now that's all they focus on. Like, it's this Ultimate Team. It's the death of any sports games. This fucking random ass scripted card games in a game. It's just stupid. So, but with that, I'm gonna go ahead, since I didn't really have anything other than that, to let's pick Zach. Go ahead.
All right, my turn. I'm gonna start with what I've watched recently. I watched the last released episode of Castle Rock after our last podcast. The next one comes out tomorrow. I'm still all about everybody needing to watch that. Great atmosphere, well shot, extremely creepy. give it a go if you like watching things. Like I think anyone needs to watch that if they enjoy watching TV shows.
Hot Gamer Chick was thoroughly confused when I said, "What was that show they were telling us to watch?" And now I realized it was us and not her. I have now wrote it down on my paper to remember.
Write it down. I'll send it out. I'll send it to her. That way so she can remember too. I watched The Imitation Game over the weekend with Benedict Cumberbatch or Cumberbatch. Which one is it?
Batch.
Batch.
I say
Okay.
batch.
Okay.
Tomato,
Yeah,
tomato.
Benedict Cumberbatch. That was a pretty solid movie. I enjoyed that. If I'm nugget scaling it, I'd probably give it like a 6 or a 7. And it was a cool story. Like I was somewhat familiar with it to start with, but then actually sitting down and watching it and getting a feel for everything that happened throughout the story and then what went on with Alan Turing afterwards, I guess I came out of the movie a little mad about things, but it was definitely still cool.
I would watch it just because I like him as an actor.
Yeah, I would go for
I
it.
think
It's
he's
on Netflix.
really good.
What was it called?
He's solid.
The Imitation Game. It's
Okay.
about Alan Turing and cracking the Enigma machine during World War II.
So today, apparently Nvidia released a picture on Twitter or something of the screen was just green. It was like a picture of just a green base board, like a
Green.
matte
Oh.
green picture with nothing on it, just a green square. And if you looked really hard, down at the very bottom, it said, what was the quote? I had a friend of mine at work was looking at it, and I had to finally I was able to read it for him. Something about who can dream the. Anyway, it was a quote by
the Alan Turing quote.
Yeah.
It's something along the lines of the only person who can do what's impossible is the person no one imagines that can do it, or something along those lines, kind of sort of thing.
I don't know what the deal is with that. I think it's got to do with the new chip
new video
architecture
card.
that they're
They're talking about releasing. I only caught wind of that on some game that I was playing, actually. Like I saw it in someone's chat that I was watching on Twitch. Kind of exciting. Maybe the 10 series cards will get cheaper.
Hopefully.
So watch that. Definitely worth it. It's on Netflix to stream. And then actually tonight, before we sat down to do this, I watched Lady in the Water for the first time ever. The M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh,
I can't find
he
that movie.
he fucks with my head.
Definitely. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I'd give it a 6 or 7 nuggets as well. Pretty cool. I'm a huge Paul Giamatti
He was
fan.
awesome in that.
He was awesome in that. He's awesome in everything he does. But you ever see Shoot 'Em Up with Clive Owen? That's worth watching. Paul Giamatti plays a bad guy in that one, and Shoot 'Em Up is just it's exactly what it sounds like. It's one of the weird arcadey shoot 'em up movies. Clive Owen just goes through and shoots a bunch of bad guys, and Paul Giamatti's trying to stop him for whatever reasons, trying to kill him because he's a bad guy. I don't know. It's been ages since I saw it, but I remember really.
I might have
enjoying it.
seen that. Is that from like the 90s?
2000s for sure. I think I was in high school, so like late 2000s, 2008, 2007, somewhere around there, I bet.
90s, close enough, yeah.
Yeah, might as well be. It's all old enough anymore.
Oh, you speaking of want to feel
Scary to think
old?
about.
I saw last night or this morning. Britney Spears' "Hit Me Baby One More Time" turns 20.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, the things that she needed hit.
Anyway, back to Lady in the
Continuing
Water.
on. I was impressed with how well because that's an older movie, right? Like not brand new, but
Yeah, it's been out for
definitely older.
quite a while.
The limited CGI they had in it actually looked really good. Good, scary kind of sort of thing with the villain, I guess. Reminded me a lot, actually, because there's some other ones that pop out later, of one of the Mummy movies. Like one of the newer, not the newest one with Tom Cruise, but the Brendan Fraser Mummy movies. The
The
characters.
real
had
Mummy
very-
movies.
Yeah, the real Mummy movies. The characters had a similar design in the CGI. They
Gotcha.
reminded me a lot of the, what are they called? The little people in South America.
Pygmies.
Pygmies. There you go. Thank you. Reminded me of the Pygmies.
Got it.
I think that's about all I watched. I didn't mess with much else for watching. I did play some more Total War. just because that game is my No Man's Sky, I guess. I can just sink hours into it when I should be playing games that I really want to finish, but for some reason it just keeps calling me back. And a little bit of Overwatch. Not a whole lot, even though there's a new event going on for the Summer Games again, and they have some pretty cool skins.
I was gonna say, I'm surprised you're not pounding and
I know
grinding.
Start grinding probably this weekend. The Zenyatta, he's this robot god kind of sort of figure that has orbs around him that he throws out, and they added a baseball skin for him, so he's got a baseball hat on,
nice.
and all his orbs are baseballs, and he throws them. I think that's really cool, and I'm not even a baseball fan, so I think that's a skin I'm going to try to get. Try to see if I can save up the in-game cash for that. But I spent quite a bit of time this weekend playing the Call of Duty beta. I probably put between 8 and 10 hours into it, and I have a lot to say, and maybe we should save that for later.
What are you shaking your head at, Nugget?
I think it was talked up, and I feel let down.
You were talking it up. All right.
I was talking it up.
If you guys want to get into it right now, now's the time.
Now's the time. I will agree that I did some talking it up for sure. But I want to, if you would have sat down and played with us that first night, I think you would have been in the same space I was. We were playing with, I guess, a lot of lower level people because it had just kind of sort of opened up. And I think when we started playing more in the weekend, people got to the point where they unlocked what I've been calling the Call of Duty gun. Just that gun in the Call of Duty games that no matter what, it's the best gun in every situation. Generally, it's a machine gun. It has the range, it has damage, it has rate of fire. It doesn't matter what gun you take into that fight, unless it's a one-shot sniper, but we won't get into that right now. That you just can't beat it. So if you go up against someone who has this, and in this one, I think it's the Cordite submachine gun, at least that's what everyone was using, and just absolutely wrecking all of us with, you're just going to lose. There's nothing you can do about it. You have an assault rifle, you come around a corner, you shoot first, you hit them 3 times, they spin and give you one little burst with that submachine gun, and you're dead. And I feel like that's a problem that's plagued the Call of Duties since Modern Warfare.
You are being way too modest.
What? With what?
It is you and your whole crew of 5 go around the corner shooting this guy, and he kills you all. God dang it. All of you die. Like, it is ridiculous. And from a distance, what pisses me off is, coming from, I'm not a gun guru and I'm not a gun expert, but I know when you have kick and when you have recoil, everything is affected by that. With this gun, when you watch the replay, which is why I play hardcore, because I can't stand the replays.
This dude's got more guns than I have fingers and toes, just to let you all know.
The gun recoils something god awful. The plastic that holds your sight together, your red dot sight, recoils something god awful, but your dot stays perfectly on target.
That's where it belongs.
It doesn't waver up or down. It doesn't, and I understand left or right. If it's a good gun, it's only going to have upward recoil. But there has to be some kind of control. They need to put some kind of control in there with the recoil. Because that thing just sits, the dot just sits. I know you guys can't see my hands, but it just sits there.
Is this mouse
and
and keyboard?
So everywhere you go,
or mouse and keyboard or controller?
I played mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, it was on PC, so I assume actually it didn't even have gamepad support yet for the PC beta. So I mean, it could be people were recoil controlling that well. Like, if I'm going to play devil's advocate here, that maybe it's not that the gun doesn't have any recoil, maybe it's just easy to control recoil. But even then, I think just purely from a balance standpoint, Call of Duty is continuing to drop the ball on their gun balance.
And they need to find a way to get rid of the freaking no scoping. Or make it
quick scoping.
Yeah, quick scope. I'm sorry. It's quick scoping. I'm sorry. Thank you. They need to get rid of it. A guy shouldn't be able to jump across the window that I'm in and quick scope me. Like, there needs to be some kind of block out on the scope that you can't see anymore as it's bringing it to your face.
You see, that's what I think is cool now. What they do
doesn't matter.
Battlefield 5 though, they got rid of the sweet spots. So to be a sniper and you get a one-hit kill, you need to hit the head. Like anything.
Well, not in Call of Duty. Their line starts at the toenail.
But the thing is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you can see down the scope or not. If you take a tape measure or whatever, if you're in shooting from the hip mode, and it's got that little dot on your screen. It shows exactly where basically the center of your screen is or where your reticle is. That is going to be the center of your crosshairs when you zoom in. And so all you have to do is learn how to
back to rainbow, dot your screen. Man.
I was gonna say that's what you did. You just put a dot on your screen, and you didn't even have to lean off the door. You
and then the only difference then is you're pulling the scope up, and it gives you the bonus for being scoped in, which is not going to make it like you're shooting it from the hip and fly all off. And you already know where you're going to aim it because you're focusing on the exact center of your screen or where you've learned that the reticle is when you're in hip fire mode.
It's just insane
their line needs to be up.
Speed that they get to do that, and then honestly, being the first Call of Duty game I've ever really played on the computer, because I've always played it on the console with you guys, and quick scoping was somewhat of a problem on the Xbox with the controller. Like, it was some kind of annoying, but wasn't that big of a deal. Playing people on the PC with a mouse and keyboard can go to hell with the quick scoping.
You just censor yourself.
I did just censor myself a little bit. I did.
They can go tuck taters.
Yeah, it was insane. Like, even if they didn't start close to the middle of the screen when they pulled their scope up, you could see how many people were just, it's a flick of the wrist and then they're tagging you. And all the bolt action snipers even say in the description, it's a one-shot kill from the stomach up. And then you can reduce the damage reduction for distance with the long barrel mod, and you can increase the damage that the bullets deal with it's a picture of a helmet, and I don't exactly understand why, but it also boosts the damage of the rifle, so you can hit people in the legs at that point, I think, and still
should at least be like upper chest
and I might
up.
be wrong on that, but yeah. It was
because there was one point during that night where I literally said I enjoyed Iron Sights much better than this game.
See, and I don't know what it was about Iron Sights that didn't do it for me. There was definitely something there. I think I've played far too many of the free-to-play shooters to really feel like any of them is significantly different or better than the other ones. It's been a long time playing the Ghost Recon one that came out recently. There was Crossfire that came out ages ago. That was one. There was that Gun Online or whatever. And they just all kind of feel the same, play the same, have the same issues, I think.
Gotcha.
Iron Sights didn't seem like that much of a money grab, but I think it still would have been in the end because they're still asking you to rank guns. And I'm sure that there are guns that are better than other guns. And are you really going to want to pay money to do that? Because it's kind of what it boils down to.
I'm pretty sure you guys will like Insurgency.
I heard that there's Insurgency 2 coming out soon.
Yep. I'm pretty sure Nugget will love it.
I enjoyed playing Insurgency. Me and Porky got away from playing it.
The new one is pretty good. I watched some videos from some people that I used to watch, and man, like, I'm just not a big PC guy with that kind of games because I don't know. PC and shooters is for me always hackers in a way. So that's always my back thought. And people can say what they want. They even cheat in freaking Counter-Strike competitions in tournaments. So I don't want to have that, or at least have the illusion of not having that on the console. And I suck with mouse and keyboard too, but I'm pretty sure that you guys like it. If you like, that sounds all the criticisms Nugget had, I'm pretty sure he will love the new Insurgency.
Yeah, I definitely want to check it out. I'm gonna pull back to Call of Duty for just a minute longer. It reminded me a whole lot of playing Destiny's multiplayer.
Ooh.
Just from the standpoint of, so you have a heal that you get to stab yourself with when you take damage. There's no regen over time, which was interesting. I actually kind of like that change because you had to spend time doing that. You couldn't just hide from cover, reload, regenerate life. You had to either heal yourself or reload because they're bringing the fight to you, so you don't get to pick one or the other really sometimes. And then you have a class ability because you pick an operator, and they each have their own special things. And some of those are actually pretty cool. I liked a lot of the options for those, and they just recharge over time. Or you can put in your slot for a trophy system or a tomahawk, or I assume you could get grenades later, but I never got a high enough level and it didn't show me what I could unlock eventually. But there was no grenade spam because no one had that stuff. you had to wait for your timer to come off cooldown if you wanted that, and be playing a specific class to get a cluster bomb grenade. So there wasn't just tons of frag grenades flying around. But with that, it was a really long time to kill on target. Like in a lot of the Call of Duties, if you came around a corner and you had 2 or 3 guys, even not in hardcore mode, you had the chance to kill those 3 guys without them being able to turn around and do anything to you. In this one, you could drop 1, the other 2 are going to turn around, and they're probably going to kill you just because it takes a solid 3 seconds. Maybe 3 seconds is an exaggeration. 1.5 seconds to drop someone, unless you shoot them in the chest and head, which was something else that they did. It seemed like they really valued hitboxes more. So if you're hitting someone low or hitting someone in the extremities, it's not dealing as much damage if you hit them in the chest or the head.
I agree. I think I mentioned that in the game. I felt like in the beginning I was being punished, which you should be. I mean, I get it. You shouldn't be able to shoot somebody in the thigh and kill them quicker. But when I finally got my aim up and on point to like chest, neck, head, people were dropping pretty quick. But for me being PC noob when it comes to playing shooters, obviously I got hours into PUBG, which also punishes you for not hitting in the head, period. But it was definitely eye-opening to see how much it dropped somebody quicker. Like you're talking, instead of pumping your whole gun into them and still not being able to take them down, you were able to do like 1 burst, maybe 2, and they're down.
I'm a little sad that I didn't get to try any hardcore mode because they didn't have that open in the beta. That would have had the possibility to sell the game for me, but without getting to try that, I definitely wouldn't spend $60 on that game. No way.
No.
And their take on Battle Royale just seems lacking. Not that was available in the beta, but just from the strictly the size that the map's going to be, I just don't think it's going to have any sort of longevity.
How big is it going to be?
Oh man, TJ put it into the WhatsApp chat like 3 months ago. The differences in size. It's was
smaller than Sanook.
So Sanook is what 4x4 kilometers.
4x4,
and this one was like maybe.
So it's going to be like Nuketown Battle Royale.
Yeah, basically is what it boiled down. Like take your biggest Call of Duty map ever and then maybe double it, and that's how big it's going to be. So overgrown twice or something like that.
Yeah, and even like on the maps that we played, like the size, I don't know why Call of Duty never opens up their maps. Like I know Wes will argue with me on this because he likes to play the sniper sometimes and sit back on those maps, but I can't do it. I feel like there's no point in even having a 4X or a 2X on your scope.
You laid your ass down on the back of many Call of Duty maps.
I had to hope that they come that way.
Dude, you did it until you got a diamond sniper rifle.
No. Diamond sniper rifle was run and gun. Run and gun diamond sniper rifle.
Speaking of sniper rifles, I want to talk about some gun balance again. So they have the bolt action sniper rifles, and then they have some DMRs, which are semi-automatic sniper rifles. Worthless. Like 100% worthless. You might as well take a pistol instead of those DMRs because they kick. They don't seem particularly accurate, and they deal almost no damage. Probably two headshots for a kill, or 2 chest shots and a headshot to drop somebody. And you're not going to get that with how fast everyone else kills you. Even at a medium range, they don't have the stopping power that they deserve as a sniper rifle. If you're giving up the ability to have full auto or burst fire, because there was a burst fire one, though, that sucked so unbelievably bad. It was just an assault rifle. So you still had to pump 3 bursts into someone's chest to drop them. So why even make it a DMR and not as good in close quarters?
One of these days, we're going to stop worrying about gun balance when a place comes out with a game that's got 2 guns for each type of gun, and they're both pretty much the same. They'll have an assault rifle or a submachine gun or a pistol or a sniper rifle, and there won't be 14 types of every one. So you have to worry about which one's got a higher rate of fire, which one's got a higher, speed that lets you run faster with it, which one's got the worst recoil versus power. You get a gun, it's one of these 2, pick one.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Some of that
Like, I'm
shit
all-
gets annoying.
Yeah, well, it's so annoying, and it just seems to add a level of complexity that the game doesn't need.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to make the game look more complex, but then it just boils down to, which one's this game's Call of Duty gun that's just gonna win in every situation, to take it back to the beginning.
Let's get back to Halo, boys. Sniper, machine gun, pistol.
Yeah,
But you
that's all
see,
got.
that's what I thought Halo did well, though. I mean, I hated it because it was so bad at it, but Halo's time to kill were so slow that you literally had to master your headshots. They had to be on point, and that's why it was such a highly competitive game, because people mastered that shit and they were so good at what they were doing, and they would like wreck people not because they had the better
By
gun,
God, they
just
deserve it.
because because they deserved it. and
Absolutely.
and that's the only thing that I really liked about Halo. But I hated it because I was so bad at it. So I never got into it. But I can totally see like competitive wise, like how well Halo 2, for example, was balanced, which is such a skill game. And yep, I don't know. Call of Duty was, in my eyes, never a competitive game based on this. Like, I think there was like Akimbo in Modern Warfare 3, like the double. I don't know, it's like this gun you could have like duels or something, and it was wrecking everybody. There's always what Zach just said, the Call of Duty gun that everybody used, and if you wouldn't use it because you want to be cool and have like a different gun, you would get dominated.
Yeah, you just started at a disadvantage. Oh,
Exactly.
100%. But that's why you play hardcore mode, and you just run around with a pistol.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
speaking
right.
of,
That's not good.
The one cool thing about this Call of Duty, finally, in a Call of Duty game again, you hold your damn pistol with two hands like a real fucking person.
Yay.
Mm.
That's all I care about.
Game-changing
That
feature.
almost sold the game for me to begin with. Because you're just running around with one hand up there, and you're just stopping and pointing that one hand out. Like, the game's just built around, no one's going to use a pistol in one hand. They're clearly just going to akimbo that thing. So why even waste the time modeling it into a one-handed? Yeah. I think that's all I played, though. Because I could probably complain about Call of Duty for as long as this podcast lasts.
It's definitely not a buy for me. If it gets bought, it's going to be Gamerchick buys it, and I just play it.
Do they?
Definitely.
How long is the open beta for? Or is it already closed?
I think it closed down
Closed.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Would you give it another shot if they came back in a week or two, or a month?
I'd probably dabble. I'd probably pop it back up and just see if anything changed. See if they open up the hardcore playlist for me to mess
See
around
if they opened
with
up the
even.
microtransactions yet.
Are they doing microtransactions for this one?
Oh, I'm sure they will.
They always do.
They're probably true. Do map packs count as microtransactions?
No, those are
I
at
didn't
least
think so.
content. No, I'm talking
Yeah.
like your unicorn, rainbow striped gun and shit like that.
Butt
I
plug.
thought they were getting away from the loot crates in this one. For some reason, I feel like I picked up on that somewhere that they weren't doing loot boxes for this one. But don't quote me on that because I might just be wishing.
I tell you what excited me about it. What almost got me to buy it is these little turds can't tell me to suck it when they win at the end of the match.
Oh, there's no
No.
1, 2, 3 dance screen.
Yes. There's nothing. Suck it, nerds. Now you can't do
No.
it. I can do it. Suck it, nerds.
Maybe they just haven't added it yet.
I'll go home.
Oh man.
I can't tell you. There's nothing worse than losing and having somebody grab their crotch and thrust it in your face.
That shit was annoying. That started with Black Ops 3. Was I think the first
Yeah.
one that did that.
Probably when they had the. Never.
But I think I'm just gonna go ahead and pass this over to Wes.
Ooh,
now for
my
what Wes
turn.
played
I get
this
to go.
week and
It's
I didn't
Wes'
play.
turn.
I didn't play a whole lot of
I
shit.
hope you watch something because you're never on board with the watching stuff, man.
I
We don't get you
know.
for that.
I got to. I've got a long list of stuff I need to watch.
Did you at least play Jurassic World?
Shut the fuck up.
He lived it, man. He lived it.
So I played a lot of Madden. I played a lot of Madden Ultimate Team on PC.
Mutt for you noobs out there.
Yeah, mutt baby. I bought it for Xbox, and I just couldn't do it. So I returned it for Xbox
For now.
and kept the piece. Well, I'm gonna get it in at least in 6 months. It'll be in that vault for EA Access, and I pay for that $29 a year. So, but PC is just the way to go for me on that game. I can't deal with a 35, 45 second load time for a game when I can get into one in 8 seconds. That right there is enough. Everything else is on par or better, and the load times is just honestly that. If you understood playing through Madden Ultimate Team, how you have to go through these series of games, like there's your campaign, which is 80 games. There's your diamond unlocks that you want to do, which is like 36 games. There's your training camp, which is 12 games plus another weekly update thing that's got like 52 games or some shit like that, 32 games. There's your rookie series. There's the long shot series, and they're going to add all these series of things that you can go through to earn cards and scenarios. Some of them are full games. Some of them are just what they call Madden moments, but they take just as long to load into. And if you're talking about just to complete one of the thing, like the regular campaign, which is play a season, it's like 83 games. 83 times 45 seconds of loading is, I mean, that's over an hour, well over an hour of just sitting there waiting for your screen to, for your game to start. That doesn't sound like a lot, but when you can take that 45 and put it down to 8, a lot of time you save.
That's one of the biggest things that I enjoy with my move over to just playing PC games and forgetting about the Xbox. Like when I go back and I sit down to play something with Crazy Killer, because I still do that every once in a while, even something like as simple as Rocket League just seems to take forever. And it doesn't even seem like I have a solid state drive now, but even when I didn't upgrade to the solid state drive, it seemed to take just exponentially longer for the Xbox to do it with its regular hard drive than the PC took to do it on a regular hard drive. And I never understood that, and it's just so frustrating to me.
It was much shorter. It was probably about 14 seconds on a regular hard drive. And I uninstalled it and put it back on the SSD, and it's lightning fast. It's ridiculous. And I'm sorry, if I can get into a game scenario and complete the scenario and exit it before you can get into your game and run the first play, I'll go ahead and I'll take that option every time. And everything else looks the same. It feels the same. So yes, it looks like it is. So I played a lot of Madden. I played a little Fortnite. My wife, no. And my wife didn't win either. She's letting me down. She's not playing it enough. She's not playing it enough for me to get my unlocks, so I'm gonna have to start picking up her slack or finding out a way to make her play. What's up, Blitz? So then I played more Vampire. I'm almost done with that game. I've been playing it only on stream, so I'm hoping to finish that maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. We'll have to see. And that's really, honestly, that's all I played, I think. It's yeah, I know it's weak sauce for me right now.
Just a little bit.
Hey. But I did, especially since Nugget had to step away and he's next, I did want to talk about a game that's coming out soon that I wanted to talk about, and I wanted to ask, how many of you guys have seen the 6-minute commercial for Red Dead Redemption, the gameplay trailer?
I did.
Did?
I did not.
Not.
Well, that's awesome.
I haven't seen any of it, so we're
second best Rockstar franchise.
We're gonna watch a little bit of it here on stream because I want to see a little bit of it. Second best behind Tabletop Tennis, he says. Wait a minute. We might just do that here in a minute. He's back.
What a monster cup you have, sir.
Yes. I needed agua.
So yeah, I was telling them that I played Fortnite sparingly, played lots of Madden. I'm about done with Ultimate Team, I think. Grind is just too long and too pointless, but I say that now. We'll see when I get in there tonight and start opening packs and see what happens. And other than that, I played some Vampire, and that's all I have done, sir.
Holy moly!
So yeah, it's your turn. I didn't watch anything. I didn't watch anything.
I literally went and got a cup.
I know. A Last Jedi looking cup.
I wouldn't know.
If only somebody had watched the movie.
Yeah, Zach. What's up?
I'm gonna drive down there, Pascal, and we're gonna sit together and watch them.
That's what we have to do.
Communist bastards.
It's a little rough, man.
It is. That's not very
You're
nice.
the one with the red cup.
The red solo cup. So, is that on to me then?
It's on you,
Is
buddy.
Is this what this is all about? This is what life has come to? So we could stay away from Call of Duty. We've watched some Call of Duty. They're watched. Where are you guys at? You on crack
Watched it with
today?
our ears.
Yeah. So we played some Call of Duty. We've already talked about that. Played some PUBG, the usual in there. I will have you know, though, I got like 6 kills the other day in PUBG.
I was there.
Yeah,
pretty
I was
impressive.
excited. Yeah. Oh no, I had another one from that spider on.
Oh, did you?
But it was on duos again. But we got to
Here's the
second
thing.
place.
Duos is the way that game was meant to
It
be
is.
played. 100%. I don't care what anyone else has to say about it. Duos is where that game shines. Carry
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, I totally agree because I feel like I can sometimes win a 1-on-1, but I feel like I can sometimes win a 1-on-2 depending on how the people are stacked up. But when it becomes 4-on-1 or 3-on-1, it's rough. So I think duos is the way to go, unless you just get snuck up on by people. I agree, 100%. So nothing new there. Just getting some more kills, at least averaging 1 or 2 kills a game, which for a long time playing that was 0 to 1 kills average. So the KD's coming up.
Shout.
We
Phenom.
yeah. Sorry, I was reading the chat
Yeah,
there.
Blitz says it's funner when you have 4 fun runs and mess around the entire time. Or,
Oh, yeah,
or you
100%.
could have 2 people hanging out in a house trying to kill each other while somebody else just takes off running on their own. You know.
Yeah. Overextending Blitzkill.
Why is it always
Um,
me while you fuckers are in the house trying to kill each other? Fucking around in a house, he said.
So yeah, the Call of Duty woes, guys, I'm just gonna say it's Call of Duty. So if you like Call of Duty, then you're gonna like this Call of Duty. If you don't like it, you're not gonna like it. I don't think there's an in-between. So that's what I have to say about that. I did watch some movies. Gamer and I watched 2. One was a Netflix original. The other one was called The Life of the Party with Melissa McCarthy. I know I texted you guys and said, hey, you guys might laugh at this, but apparently I'm the only one that likes loud people. So,
Obnoxious people.
yeah, obnoxious. She was definitely reserved in this. She plays a mom who has a daughter who's getting ready to graduate college, and some shit goes sour in her life, and she becomes the life of the party. So it has a lot of laughable parts. I liked. I did some laughing. I did some wheeze laughing every once in a while. She cracked me up in some of the stuff.
So, like, she had like a life-altering moment and kind of lost her shit a little bit.
Yeah, and then she honed it back in. I don't want to say too much because it would give
Right.
away a lot in the movie. So, there's some though. I gotta say, what drug it down for me was the awkward mom-daughter duo combo that they tried to portray. It gave me anxiety
Elaborate.
watching. Like at one point, it's nothing too big. So at one point they go to the bar together. So you got your college teenager and now you're a probably 40, 50 something year old mom going to the bar together. And she takes the daughter, leads her to the bathroom, and then starts like slowly unbuttoning her shirt and is like, yeah, show some more cleavage. And I'm like, that's just so weird and awkward. It was almost like she never had a daughter and the younger girl never had a mother. Like it was forced. I want to say it was forced, but then some of the weird, awkward like
She's been like,
I'm gonna give
get
my
off
mom
me,
a-
Harvey Weinstein. Jeez.
dude, I can't explain it, man. It's just it gave me anxiety watching them together. It was very awkward. So I didn't enjoy that. That's what took a lot of it down. So like anxiety level 1000. Like I
So
thought
that
I
was
gonna
creepy.
sweat. Yeah, like I thought I was gonna like start sweating and have to like walk away and be like, bring me back to real life because I'm scared.
How many nuggets?
This is just
Oh.
real life.
I give it. I think I was at like a 5-6.
Pour the
Nuggets
rock,
out of
man.
10.
Pour the rock.
Dang.
Pour the rock.
Yeah, the Rock's getting shit on, man. I'm telling you, he hurt me. He hurt me deep down in my loins and my soul.
Skill says, no, Matt Lauer, don't touch me there.
Yeah, it was just super awkward. It was like two people that I don't know. Melissa McCarthy may have kids. I have no clue, but from this movie, I would feel like she didn't have a kid and she doesn't know how to treat it, I guess. So yeah, I would say 5.5. So, and I got to put like together too. I wanted to talk to you guys about it. Like for my ratings, what should these stand for? Like, if I give something a 2, is that just like if it's
Okay.
on cable, see it?
Here's
Hell no.
That's a good question.
You give something a 2 out of 10, I'm gonna walk as far around it as I can. I ain't watching that
Yeah.
Well,
shit.
see, I can't do
You
that. I
gotta
gotta
do it as,
watch
like,
stuff.
The statistical bell curve is what
I'm
you
not
gotta
watching
start.
anything below a 6.
So like
Oh, wow.
5 would just
So
be
you-
your average movie.
Yeah.
Like that's just
See, I look at it like grading in school. A 7 out of 10's pretty good. An 8 out of 10's really good. 9 and 10 are obviously going to be great, but if you get a 50, that's like fucking failing.
How about we do 1 nugget, 2 nugget, and 3 nugget? 3 is good, 2 is average, 1 is bad. Easy.
4
Well, because I
star.
don't want to.
I
I don't want to
think-
point somebody away from not seeing something.
yeah.
So,
See, I think there's not enough space for nuance in a 1 to 3 system. Like your
What about
Netflix
5?
and me
What
ain't
about
giving
5?
me a
Because-
thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Because I feel like
I
when
don't
you
want to
have
be Cisco and Crisco and
But if you have a 1 to 10, like what Wes said, like I see it the same way. Is it a 2 or 3? I'm walking far away from it. But let's say you have a 1 to 5, right? If like look at a review site, they have a 1 to 5, and they say it's 3, for
No,
example.
because if you have a 1 to 5, I'm just going to multiply it by 2 and get a 10 scale.
Well,
Oh my God! You guys are just
Five-
you cannot satisfy the Americans, man.
Listen, you
cannot
metric
satisfy
son of a
Americans.
bitch.
At a 5 out of 10 people would enjoy that
Look,
movie.
you're either going to do a
shooting
10-point
halvesies.
scale or you're going to do a 4-star, 4 nugget scale. That's it. That's my vote.
I mean, I want to stick to 10, but I want
10 it
I want
is.
it to mean something. Like,
Well, then if you
like
fucking think
okay,
something
if I
sucks, give it a
0,
2.
then just walk away from it. But like,
I'm just sad
2
that
would
you
be you're bored on the couch, the internet crashed, you
Mm.
flip it through ABC, and here comes Rampage with The Rock. And he
The
fucks
Rock-
I
my
would
shit
say
up.
that maybe you
man,
should turn that shit off, jerk off, and go to bed.
Damn.
If you're giving it a 2 out of 10, because I'm not watching it.
Because then I was thinking like 5 would be like a rent it. And then like, but definitely a 9 to 10 is like buy it if you're a movie collector
Yeah.
and watch that crap.
Yeah, I agree with that. 9 or 10 are very rare. You're not going to get a lot of those. And then your 7s and 8s are your bread and butter. Like these are good movies that most people would like.
I mean,
Maybe
I would-
they're not as critically acclaimed, but they're solid movies.
Yeah.
And then your 5s and 6s are, yeah, you should see them if you get the option. And then anything below a 5 is, I mean, I guess if you are bored and there's you've seen
Right.
all the other movies that exist in the world.
Yeah. So like a 2, like if like me, if you're a Rock fan, I still would have watched Rampage if I would have known it was a 2 beforehand because I like The Rock and maybe he could bring it back. But, you know. The Rock will plague this show forever.
And ever.
So, yeah, that was it on that one. Then that Netflix original, I think I talked to Spider about it.
Except you didn't have
Ex-
a name.
Yeah, Extinction. I got it this time, I think, is what it was called.
I've been told to
Are
watch
they
that.
done?
What done?
See, I was looking
Super Sleuth.
for Blitz's. No, I was looking for Blitz and Rise podcast, but it looks like they're already. I was wondering how he was listening and paying attention to his.
I tried that a while ago during my intro, and that messed me up.
Yeah.
Extinction, a Netflix original. Said I'm bad with actors, especially ones I don't know. Belinda and I have liked him, the main actor in this movie.
Michael
I should have.
Pena?
Yes, I've liked him
Oh.
in a couple
the guy from
things he's done.
La Flama Blanca,
I don't know what that is.
Oh, that dude, the guy.
the baseball team owner.
Yeah, the baseball team over. He was in Shooter. He was the
Yeah,
main FBI guy that was pairing up with Mark Wahlberg in Shooter.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
so we sort of enjoy him. So that's the real reason why we checked this out, just to see what it would be like. So I enjoyed it. Belinda enjoyed it. Some of our complaints were for it to be a Netflix original, and some of the other ones that I've liked and watched, I feel like their CGI backgrounds was horrible. Like I felt like I went back a decade. Like there's a choo-choo train scene, and it's literally like I can't even explain it. Like I would think you would see it 10 years ago. Like the train's just moving through a backdrop, and it's just horribly done. I didn't like it. I didn't like that. Maybe it was supposed to be on purpose because this had a twist, like a mind-blowing, my brain exploded twist because they hooked me. They sucked me in the very beginning and got me so focused on something that there was something else going on in the background that comes out at the end, and it just blew my mind. And I was like, no way. I can't believe they sucked me in because if you ask Gamer Chick, I could figure a movie out within like 3 minutes of it starting. And she hates it.
This motherfucker, you go to a movie with him and he'll watch it for 15 minutes and he'll lean over and tell you what's going to happen at the end, and half the time he's right. More than half the time he's right.
Yeah, I like thoroughly enjoy, like I analyze a lot in the movies, and for someone like me who then can't tell you who the actor is, you wouldn't believe that, but I analyze a lot through the movies, and this one sucked me in. It was good. It was man versus, and I'm not going to tell you who they versed, but it was a good sci-fi thriller.
Okay.
I'm going to leave
Extinction?
it at that because, yeah, Extinction. I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay, are we going to do 0.5s now?
Yeah, now I got to do 0.5s because now I've done Thrown the Rock at 2 and Miss Melissa McCarty at 6.5.
The Rock should retire now.
You just buried The Rock.
I give it a 7 just because, and what I'm pulling into that, if you can look past the graphics, some of the actors and actresses in it were like, they didn't need to be there. It was poor acting on their parts. They didn't support the main characters very well. If you can look past the acting and you can look past the graphics, then you could get it up there to an 8. An 8 out of 10. I think you need to see it. But that's all we watched.
Hold on, let me get my little black book. Got to write stuff down to watch. I got homework.
I've been writing down what Spider. I gotta go now. I got 4 things to watch.
What's on
Supernatural?
What do you got?
Castle Rock, Imitation Game, Lady of the Water, and possibly Shoot 'Em Up.
I definitely think Shoot 'Em Up.
Definitely. Okay, so I had a question mark next to it.
Wes is over there doing that kind of stuff. Are you Clive Owen fan? Do you enjoy Clive Owen movies?
Backwards. Supernatural, Castle Rock, and Extinction.
It wasn't backwards. Kentucky is spelled right on your hat today.
I'm the backwards man, the backwards.
Not for me.
It is. It's not yucky yucking.
Oh, hold on. It shows up right in Discord. It shows up wrong.
Your Under Armour looks correct to me. Backwards to you?
On Discord.
Hold on.
Oh no, Under Armour is right. Yeah. But
Under
your
Armour's
EI
right,
and
but Kentucky's not. But in Discord, Kentucky is.
Weird.
The troubles with
Armour's
webcams,
not.
man.
What the hell's going on?
Maybe we need to have a whole podcast about webcams and how they confuse the shit out of us.
Maybe we need to watch one instead. All right, so
that's all I have.
That'd be weird together, man.
All right, so we got some news, and we're gonna have to run through it quickly because we are already at an hour and 10 minutes.
Holy moly!
Yeah, first, before we move on to the news, does anybody have anything else they wanted to talk about as far as what they did this week?
No. Went to the zoo.
Nothing.
Saw a tiger.
Saw the monkey's big brown ass.
I did. Several times.
Depending on which one was there, could have saw the big red ass.
Yeah. Rip Harambe. You got that season pass to the zoo, right? So you can go whenever you want.
Yes, sir.
Dude loves the zoo. They don't have zoos in Germany.
Oh, we do, but it's just fun. Like when you they have all those attractions, and we can just go in where people pay like $10 for it, and we just go in for free. Because we already paid for it. Around $200. But parking alone is $15, and it includes free parking, and it's whole out year for the Chicago Brookfield Zoo. So it's pretty neat.
That's actually
Chicago?
It's like parking costs $15, and all the little they have little attractions like.
Yes, he lives
moved.
in Chicago. He moved.
Yeah, I moved.
We got you. We got you, big dog.
So it's pretty neat.
Pascal.
Huh?
Nothing.
He said he'll see you tomorrow. for Star Wars.
Sweet. All right. Well, then, news story wise, the first one is going to be a bit of a personal story. So, I was streaming Madden Ultimate Team the other night. Or no, I was streaming the story mode long shot. It went really well. It was a really nice stream. And I got rated, and there's about 20, 25 people in there. And more and more strangers kept coming in, and it got kind of colorful, a little interesting with some of the things they were saying to me. One guy, dirty old man 66, came in and said, "Oh wow!" Look at it, yeah. He's like, "Oh, this is gonna be so good." I think I found somebody streaming that's older than I am, and I'm 51. I said, "No, I'm not 51. I'm 40. I just have a gray beard." He says, "Oh, well, you need to dye that shit, man." But okay. Then
Sasquatch makes fun of me.
somebody called me Santa Claus. Somebody called me Dad, which I'm probably old enough to be their dad. I get that one. Then somebody asked me, and it went over my head. I'm gonna admit it right. First and foremost, it went right over my head. I was getting tired because the trolls were also out. They were being a little bit more harsh than that. I was getting some guy was in there posting descriptions for television shows that he was copying and pasting. So it was like, in the New York justice system, the stories of the special victims, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, it's like a paragraph of shit. And then down at the bottom, it's like, these are their stories. And then he's post one for like Knight Rider and all these other things. And I was having to.
That's funny.
It was, but after a while, I got a little old. So I started timing people out. There were people asking if I had kids and could they see the pictures of my daughter and shit like that. And then some guy goes, shouldn't you be helping dinosaurs come back to life instead of playing video games? And I
saw that and I died laughing.
I was so irritated that my response was, shouldn't you be sucking my ass?
The troll won that day.
I never got the reference. So I get done streaming and fucking TJ sends me a text message. Sasquatch Nugget over here sends me a text message, and he's like, he said, "Oh, you're done streaming already?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Looks like you had some fun or something," you know, referencing the trolls. And I said, "Yeah." It got a little dicey, or so, I forget exactly what I said to him. And his response was, "Well, I guess so, John Hammond." And I thought, and then I was like, oh, hell no. The guy that said I was supposed to be bringing dinosaurs back to life instead of playing video games was that.
It disappeared.
Was reference. He was saying I look like the guy from Jurassic Park.
I'm just sad I had to fill you in on that.
Yeah, well, it was lost on me a little bit, so.
Yeah, because I think you even questioned like why I even said it.
I was like,
I could even
what?
type back, "Welcome to Jurassic Park."
So
there he is, Westman live action.
I will have you all know that my wife has talked me in to letting her dye my beard. So
Stream
I'm not gonna stream it getting dyed, but I'll definitely do a before and you want me to?
That's like the life-changing moment.
I mean,
it's gonna be titties. Yeah. No,
that's
yeah,
it's
man.
no worse than brushing your teeth.
You got company behind you, Nugget.
Yo, good night. You don't want to be on?
Too late. She already was. I saw
You
her.
already were. They already saw you. They were the ones that told me.
So yeah, after being told to tie it by one guy, he told me I was young enough to get away with it. My shit started going gray at like 26 years old, man. And it was early, like it was half gray at like 32, and then it just like all went gray. My hair ain't all gray, just some of it. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna dye that shit, and you all can laugh at me then when I show up with a brown beard and look 10 years younger for no reason. So.
That'd be
That's
awesome.
that's
I
the
can't wait.
that's the
gonna be
personal
shocking.
story. It's gonna be weird. Be weird for me. But anyway, on to the real news. I just wanted to tell you guys about the John Hammond reference because
Welcome.
I actually
to
opened my
Jurassic
stream last
Park.
night. I turned the Jurassic Park music on, and when I came on, I said, "Welcome to Jurassic Park." But yeah, I was gonna get a straw hat and a white button-up shirt too, but I couldn't find a straw hat, and I was gonna dress up like him for stream.
Nice, right?
That
guy.
didn't work out either.
Welcome,
Just,
sir.
Oh.
That'll work too. That'll work too, right, guy? What's up, man? So yeah, there's that. News stories. We already talked about Madden. There's an interesting article on PCWorld.com, but basically, the long and short of it is Madden still has its same problems that it always has, but it's much more fun on the PC as long as you bring a controller. Apparently, they don't even allow you to remap your controls. What's going on? Video. That's weird. So moving on to the next one real quick. I'm sure you guys don't really have anything to add to that, right? We've
Nope.
kind of
Same thing I've been
Madden into
saying
the
since
ground.
Madden
It's
98.
interesting that they let you control your players with the mouse. That sounded kind of cool and different.
Yeah, try it and you'll think differently. It was definitely
Okay.
different. Different is in one of those things you just don't want to do.
Okay.
Can I not? Okay, that'll work. It's not. It stinks. Exactly. It's terrible. So, Fallout 76. We were talking last week about how we were afraid that they were going to leave this beta open for a while, and that people that paid first were going to get an early advantage since your progress carries over into the regular game. So we talked last week about how that was a no-no because people are going to be able to grief the new people. Well, I found an article. Apparently, Todd Howard at it was QuakeCon or something. Whoa!
Oh, we lost Pascal.
Oh no, Pascal, where did you go?
You know what? I'm just leaving it the way it is. So apparently at QuakeCon, our Lord and Savior Todd Howard said that the griefers are going to have a bounty on their head. This is just a quick quote that I took from it. We turn the assholes into interesting content. Basically, if a player kills someone who doesn't fight back, they'll appear on the map as a red star. Everybody sees them and they have a bounty on their head. That bounty comes out of their own caps. They can't see the other players on the map. We had this idea, like, let's turn it. Let's make them interesting content. Basically, let's make griefers interesting content. When somebody murders somebody when we're playing in the office, everyone sees it on the map and it's awesome. Basically, what they've done is if you engage in a fight with somebody, you're going to do minimal damage at first. Tell that person, I guess, I don't know if there's like a button to click to accept the engagement or what, but it says you're going to do like...
It said they return fire. If someone shoots
return
you
fire,
and you shoot them back, then the fight starts
Right.
and you do real damage.
Right. So, but otherwise, if you just sit there and kill them and they don't fight back, then you're gonna have a bounty on your head. Thoughts? Because I really don't know how I feel about that. Because what's the point of sneaking up on somebody and getting a fucking great sniper shot if it's going to do minimal damage, and then they have to turn around and pew back to make it a real fight?
That was the one thing that I didn't, because like, not saying that I would want to go out there and murder people all the time, but why would you make that first shot deal minimal damage?
Right.
That part kind of bugs me. If you want to put an honorable PvP system into it, like WoW and a lot of MMOs and stuff have that, you go up to someone and you slash duel them, and then if they accept the challenge, you get regular PvP and it's just the two of you going at it. If you're playing in a open world setting where someone can just come kill you because they want to, their first attack does full damage. Maybe I don't know, maybe that gives the other person the opportunity to not make you marked if they want to fight too. I don't know.
Why
I like the
not make it like DC Universe when it came out on PS3, where you could just toggle it off or on if you wanted to be PvP?
That's too easy. You need,
It might be too easy, but if you don't want to do it, then you don't want to do
there
it.
should be
some people don't
some
want it.
sort. You don't have to do it then. There, look, you could have PvP servers, you could have PvE servers, okay? And on your PvE servers, just like they did back in the old days of like the first MMOs, in Asheron's Call, there was a quest that you had to do if you weren't on a PvP server that I'm flipping everybody off. There was a quest that you had to do to become a player killer, basically. And at first, it was kind of a hard quest, but over the years, they added more and more locations that you could do it at. And it took, to a seasoned player, 5-10 minutes. You go, you do some shit, and what? You're now a red dot on the screen. You're a player killer. You can be attacked at any time by other player killers, not regular people. And when you're done, I forget how you unplayer killer yourself, but it wasn't just as simple as pushing a button. Because what's to stop somebody from going, oh, hey, look, all the noobs, and torching an entire village of noobs, and then when they call their friends, hitting that button and being like, you can't touch me now. Fuck that. There needs to be...
That's what I liked about DC Universe, though. I left mine off, and I was like, and then I would be like, I'm going to fight this guy. Well, all his buddies were turned off except for him, and then when I engaged him,
they were invisible.
Killed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do like that. I do like the sound of the system, though. It sort of reminds me also of The Division. Remember when you went into
Dark
where you
Zone.
can fight everybody?
Yeah.
If they were going around murdering people, you would see a little red flash everywhere.
And I'm fine with that too.
Have
Have an arena type area that or like a dark zone that is PvP. You know it when you go in there, but I don't know. I don't want to sound like a Care Bear, and I don't want to sound like I'm hardcore PvP. I would just like the option to have a PvE server, and if you want to go PvP, then you can go to the area where that shit goes down.
It sounds like it's going to be available because they said after launch they're going to have the option to have private servers. So I'm sure that because it's a Bethesda game, and they even talked about wanting the ability to mod it because that's where their games get their longevity from, you'll be able to get private servers that maybe have different rule sets for PvP or have different areas demarked for PvP, those sorts of things. So I'm sure that will get fulfilled, just maybe not in the base game.
Pascal, what do you think?
I honestly think it sounds a lot like, maybe not too much, but I think it sounds like GTA Online, like somebody kills you and then they get a bounty on their head. But I don't think that's gonna change. Like there's gonna be those people who always play and they just like to troll the same way. And I think that could kill, for me, a game because, I like PvP, but honestly, most of the time, especially in a Fallout game, I don't want to mess with anybody else. I just want to, play. All I wanted was a Bethesda game that was co-op, like a Fallout or Skyrim, and that's all I wanted. Just wanted to, go around the Fallout universe and, play it cooperatively with my friends. And I don't want to worry about having some random asshole standing there in this freaking corner in the power armor while we just getting started and killing us. And then, he has like a red dot on his head and he gets a little punished and he has a big bounty on it. But who's going to kill him? Like, how long is it going to take? Is he still going to spawn trap us or whatever is going to happen? I don't know. It might sound good, but I think Bethesda might be also a little bit too confident about the whole thing because everything sounds nice in theory with a lot of companies, but it plays out completely.
I think they'll change it after they get some feedback for sure.
Yeah, I'm just curious too. What happens? Okay, so they put a bounty on their head and it comes out of their caps. Well, what if they don't have any caps? Then what?
Yeah. That is.
What if they make it if you're out of caps, you can't attack?
Well, that was that's something else that goes back to what I was talking about in Asheron's Call. You could have all kinds of wonderful valuables that you've earned on your PvE server because you're safe as long as you can get back to your corpse wherever you died. You can get all your shit back. Now, the potential to lose your stuff is there, but it doesn't happen that often to people that know what they're doing and have friends that know how to play the game as well. However, on a PvP world, the shit's completely fucking different. You don't see the people running around in the expensive robes and the good. You see very basic clothing, and it's not because they can't do the quest or that they don't do the quest. It's every time you get killed, they get to loot your fucking body. and they take all your good shit. So you don't wear your good shit when you're out fighting, you know?
Right.
I don't want, yeah, it's like you said, what if the guy, okay, so the guy gets a bounty on his head. Great. What if he knew that was coming when he started, so he goes and takes, whether it's a bounty or whether they can loot you or whatever, he goes and takes all of his good shit off, and, you know, he's got nothing to lose, basically. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see how they implement it. I'm curious.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how it'll actually work in the game.
Yeah, I'll see. So, Twitch Prime guys, starting August 17th, that's 2 days from now, Twitch Prime members can get their hands on the Jungle Crate, the third set of exclusive PUBG crates available only with Twitch Prime. Take down your enemies.
I'm excited.
Whilst fashionably blending into the wild savagery of the jungle. Even Battle Royale survivors have to look good. Jungle Crate contains 8 items, including 2 weapon skins, Rock Bite for the M1, M16A4, and Bingle Blade for the Scar. The full list of items in the Jungle Crate: you get an Explorer hat,
Ooh,
tiger print bandana. I would definitely.
I was hoping for a tiger print like overcoat or nightgown.
Remember the blue tiger print from the Call of Duty games? Oh, that was my favorite.
Yeah.
You get an Explorer coat. You get a leopard print vest. You get Explorer knickers. I don't know if those are those pants.
Yeah, they're
knickers or pants.
Like dude capris.
Leather boots, Rock Bite weapon skin,
pants.
And Bingle Blade weapons. It's fucking free, so I'm not gonna complain.
It's not like you ever play to get to see it anyways.
Yeah, that too, but I'll still log in and get my shit, because damn it, it's mine. And it's PUBG Corp details its 5-year plan for Player Unknown's Battlegrounds. Anybody read that article?
I skimmed over it. It seemed to be a whole lot of nothing, really.
Yeah, because I didn't read it either.
Like they talked about how they have a plan to do more local tournaments and then build up from there. So you do some local tournaments and then it bumps up to some regional tournaments and then it bumps up to some professional level tournaments, kind of sort of like just trying to invest in the amateur level of stuff a little bit more, which it seems like they've already been doing. A couple of the guys that I watch stream the game who are lower were in some duo tournaments or some squad-based tournaments over the last couple of weekends.
Thank God. I thought it meant it was going to be 5 years before they got their game esports ready.
No. That's that whole other one.
Oh, it's already esports ready, right?
And then they talked about how they're actually going to start. Apparently, they haven't been, but they're going to reinvest some of the money from the purchases into prize pools for official tournaments. It's what Valve does with Dota and everything like that. So
you need to reinvest it into their fucking game first. Just saying.
I don't disagree.
I don't think they're going to change anything from this point on. I think.
I need to pull this up now.
I mean, I'm just saying. I don't think that the game is going to get any more well optimized. They're in full force on working on season events and putting out new maps and moving forward with
man.
Yeah, but funding. I mean, if you're taking all your money you're getting from DLC shit and putting it towards tournament pools, where's the money that you're gonna put into fixing your fucking game coming from?
Here's what they've got: the fixpubg.com.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen that yet. You come in there, and that's what it says right on the menu screen. Fix PUBG. You can click on it.
So you click on that, and they have a couple different areas with timelines stretched out to the end of October with
Is
what
this
they're
an
planning.
official site?
Yeah, this is official. So they're working on character optimization, effect optimization, and level streaming optimization. The level streaming should be accomplished by the end of August, effects by the end of September, and character by the end of October. Server performance, quite a few things in that look like they should be finishing up by most of them the end of September, and then some at the end of October. Some new anti-cheat methods and things like that. So they finally come out and put a timeline on what they're trying to do and what they're trying to fix, which it's definitely a step in the right direction, I think, to actually communicate it out in an easily readable format for the people who play the game. Now, whether they start reaching these timelines, who knows?
Right.
But
I'd like to see it.
I like the reach out
Like that.
Well, you got to think though on their end, it's got to be daunting and annoying to have people probably tweeting you 4,000 times a second. Fix your game. Fix your game.
Right. It goes back to the EA and Battlefront thing from last week that we talked about with the
Mhm.
community manager guy. Like, I just think that they haven't had someone in charge of their PR, haven't had a good timeline in place for what their engineers are working on to get it out there and letting the public know, hey, we're trying to fix this stuff. You just got to give us some time because there's not a lot of us and there's a lot of stuff to do. So
Right.
I think it's a step in the right direction.
Definitely. I'm actually kind of impressed to see it. Makes me kind of want to play the game a little bit.
We're not talking about Matt.
And I like that they make fun of themselves a little bit.
I forgot. Yeah, we've been hearing, that this needs to be done. Have you really? All right. Another news story that actually was kind of redundant. Pascal posted one, and I posted another one. Mine was from Destructoid about Wolfenstein 2 being a very different game in Germany and how that's about to change. And Pascal posted an article from PC Gamer about Germany lifting a ban on swastikas in video games. So I'm going to let Pascal take this one. Fill us in, dude.
Well, technically, a little backstory to this. In Germany, the old Wolfenstein, I don't know what the first one, the old Wolfenstein games, they were banned. Like, you couldn't get them. Their youth control, age control was so strict that most of the games, until I think 2 years ago, you had to buy them from Austria. They were all German localized, like dubbed and stuff, but they were the uncensored, uncut versions. Like, let's say Gears of War. I think the first one was not available, was only available cut. Crisis was one of them. So some of that, Dead Island was one. They were very strict on like brutality and stuff because their laws were so old on this stuff. They obviously changed that, and now they changed it that they kind of acknowledging, from what I read so far, flew kind of over that. But from what I read so far, everywhere was that they lifted it, and kind of, because there was always a loophole, because it says in the law that swastikas could be presented in a non-satire artistic way. So basically you could not kind of make fun of it, but you could hold it like in documentaries and stuff. So Call of Duty games and all those other games that were there, they had the swastika was just a cross. It wasn't a swastika. And Wolfenstein, it got, I think, from what I've seen so far, they changed everything. Like Hitler,
Completely different logo.
Yeah, Hitler.
Hitler, and they just used a
stuff like that
logo.
Yep. So, which is crazy in my eyes. Like, why? I never got this because, again, like my grandfather was like 3 when the World War. But anyways, it's a complete different topic. It's politics. I don't go into that really. But yeah, so basically they kind of changed a lot with video games now. And I think, for example, in a shooter now, you can have that as long as you don't play as that person. Like in Call of Duty, for example, you could see you could see the swastika itself as a single player because you were an American, but in multiplayer they still blurred out. But that was, I think, across the whole board, not just Germany. But they kind of like lifted more and more, and from what I gathered now is that will change now with this game or with future games, that you can display swastikas in video games again, since they go heavily on that. It's an and
Pablo?
I
Hello?
think we have lost him.
So Pascal? Fucking Nazis. They censored him.
They got to him.
Somebody needs to send a squad to his house and check on him, please. No. Basically, the gist of the story is Germany is progressing, and I think that part of their laws were that they didn't want their past to be, made as shame fodder. So, yeah, moving right along. Pascal?
Some of these people just need to watch
Oh.
The Lion King.
What?
Leave it in the past, Mufasa.
Oh my god! All right, guys. So
Simba.
we were gonna watch some of this Red Dead Redemption gameplay. I haven't seen it. You all might want to tune into the stream and mute us on here for a second.
because I want to watch
Yeah,
it.
don't
Right.
talk while we watch it.
Right. I'm gonna go ahead and start it now. I don't know that I'm gonna watch the whole thing, but we'll see it and we'll talk about it. Then we'll get off here. So here we go.
They'll probably hang you, buddy.
You coming, buddy?
In the late 1800s, America was evolving, on its way to becoming the most powerful country in the world. New immigrants arrived, thriving outposts became towns, and civilization was spreading rapidly into the huge, wild, and lawless frontier. With Red Dead Redemption 2, Rockstar Games aims to create a living world that's not simply open, but deeper,
Come on, pretty boy.
more interactive and detailed than ever.
Pretty boy? Kid,
Combining action, storytelling,
we need to get those people warm and fed.
and gameplay in new ways. As you live, ride, and fight to survive as an outlaw in a notorious gang.
As long as we get paid or you get shot, I'm happy.
The game is an attempt to capture this pivotal moment when the age of outlaws was ending and the modern world was born. There is a huge world to explore, set across a range of America's heartland and frontier. From harsh mountain trails and dense forests
Oh, the Germans
to
just
untamed
captured me.
swamplands and sweeping deserts, rugged livestock towns to modernizing cities and much more. All populated with a diverse cast of characters from turn-of-the-century life.
Now shoo, please. I'm waiting for someone interesting to turn up.
You play as Arthur Morgan, a trusted senior gun in the Vanderling gang, a band of outlaws and outcasts on the run from the pressures of civilized life.
We're gonna borrow a little money.
John
from old
Marston's
Uncle
in there.
Sam and be out of his hair once and for all.
Each time they're forced to flee an area, the gang sets up a camp as a base. This is where gang members eat, sleep, perform chores, play games, and share stories.
Anyway, I got caught by some hill country sheriff stealing a chicken, I think it was, and he decided I was going to be hanged for it.
These are the people Arthur calls family, and you will get to know each gang member over the course of the game.
So, you save the silly bastard's life, then you and him go robbing sheep.
Helping the camp with food and supplies will keep morale high, while spending time with other gang members can reveal new secrets, fun things to do, and opportunities for mischief.
How about you and me go and redistribute some property?
In and out of camp, the world is alive and responds to the player.
Well, ain't this a rare treat?
And your guns aren't the only way to interact with the environment. Call out to a passing rider.
That's a nice horse.
Talk yourself into trouble with a local tough guy.
Clear out.
Or out of trouble with a town sheriff. Or intimidate a witness into silence, and more.
Keep your mouth shut, or you're dead, friend. You don't want to involve yourself with this.
Confrontations can be escalated or diffused.
Take it easy. Do what you want. I don't care.
You can form friendships
God, you did it.
or make enemies as you choose.
You killed my cousin, you sick son of a bitch!
Your actions have consequences, and it's up to you to decide just how honorable Arthur is.
Should I have killed you, Jimmy Brooks?
Me?
Shooting and fighting have both been radically improved to make combat deep and engaging at all times. Each weapon has unique characteristics, with realistic reload and recoil that always keeps the player grounded and connected to the action in a gunfight. In a similar way, the bond with your horse is crucial and changes based on your treatment of the animal.
Hold still, girl.
Some breeds are better suited for certain tasks.
I got a fella been looking for a decent workhorse like this for a while.
Your saddle and saddlebags can store extra weapons, along with supplies and animal carcasses that you pick up while out roaming or hunting. Over time, the bond between you and your horse will grow, making them easier to control in tense situations.
Yeah, he's a great horse, aside from when the devils got him.
A rich and varied ecosystem thrives in the world, full of predators, prey, and scavengers, all smart and sometimes deadly.
You want to come with me? I'll show you how we hunt one.
Hunting helps the camp or earns you money. Wound an animal and you'll have to track them down. Animal pelts and other items you find can be traded for cash to use at general stores, gunsmiths, saloons, and elsewhere.
This is God's own country, and I feel I'm in purgatory.
This is a world that is rich in depth and detail, all designed to be explored on horseback or on foot. As you live the fateful journey of a gang of outlaws on the run across America. In the next gameplay video, we'll look at missions, activities, enemy gangs, robberies, other things to do, and much more, including the evolution of sharpshooting using the Deadeye system.
All right, I'm sold.
Yeah.
That looks fan-freaking-tastic.
That might be the best Rockstar game that comes out. It might take the top spot.
I think it should. I think the first one should be in that top spot over Table Tennis, but that's just me. I've never played it.
You never played it.
I can't, yeah.
So-
I'm just saying, there's so much. Table Tennis. It just looks so good. Pascal's back. I heard him, the Germans captured him, he said.
Yeah, I have some internet issues tonight.
It's fine. We covered for you. All good, sir.
I'm super excited.
Yeah.
So what?
Oh, it looks so cute. Like, look at the voice acting. Like you could just sit and just talk normal, but in the scene where they were, the horses were going through the snow, you could hear the quiver in his voice. When he had that dude on the cliffside by the throat, he's like, "Should I have just killed you?" And that dude was like he was scared. Like, it sounded real. It just looks so good. It needs to be here now.
No, it just so does. Right Guy says Rockstar's never disappointed him, really. Always put max. They do put max effort in.
Is that a no pun intended?
It's pain. I think that the one thing that concerns me is the online, and I hope they don't make it a GTA Online 2 to where, because GTA Online is a great product. Honestly, I never bought any of the shark cards. I never spent any extra money, but they put out a ton of free content that I have not really. It's good. It's out there and it's free, and it's not really that unaccessible. I never bothered with it. I wanted more single player stuff. I played the shit out of GTA 5. We did some of our Nugget especially, and maybe some with Pascal, but not much. We did a lot of stealing jets from the Air Force Base and whatnot.
Army Depot, yeah.
We did races. I like the parachute races myself. I really like that. But for the most part, I mean, there are people that play that shit every day, and I just. Not that I didn't like the game enough to do it. There were just other things coming out that I wanted to play. It wasn't that I wanted to move on. It was just that there were other things that I needed to do. Why does my screen keep flashing? Road rash with horses.
We played a lot of online Red Dead. I remember playing.
Oh yeah.
I think Spider played with us.
I played with you a couple times, not a whole lot.
Angry played with us a lot. He loved.
I just think that. I don't want them to be focusing on a Grand Theft Auto online mode and take away from the narrative story.
I don't think they will. I think they know where their roots are with the Red Dead game.
I hope so. But I want another DLC, another zombie DLC like they did in the last one.
Oh, absolutely!
That shit
Even
was
if all they
fucking
let me
awesome.
do is hunt some cryptozoological creatures again, that's what I want. Hunting down the chupacabra down there in Mexico. That was my game.
Go, there you go.
Nice.
So we all don't need notifications, I can tell. Sorry. We all are in agreements then that looks pretty badass, huh?
Yep.
100%. 110%.
Yep.
Poor Pascal. He's lost his connection, and I'm just gonna read his messages since you guys get to hear him beeping. I'm out. My internet is breaking. Red bars again. Just hit the fan. I don't know what my internet broke. Disconnected again. Just hit the fan. I hope he didn't punch a fan, but yeah, we're pretty much done anyway. Pascal, if you're listening, minus 10% for me. Got to balance out Nuggets 110% since 100 is max. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, so Red Dead Redemption's got me stoked. I've been wanting to watch that all week, and I've kind of refrained from doing it. So now that I saw it, I'm glad that I got to watch it.
That's my 4th time watching it.
Really?
Yes. Every time it shows up on Facebook, I watch it over and over.
It does look good.
It does look good. Like I keep trying to find something new. Like on that one, I just noticed when he shot that guy at the end with the shotgun, the birds flew off of the roof. I hadn't seen that before, so I thought that was
like the fact
interactive
that they're going to try to really help you cultivate, or not help you or not force you, but encourage you to cultivate relationships with people.
Yeah.
And your horse.
And your horse.
And your horse. There's got to be some kind of bonuses for like longevity of your horse.
What happens if your horse dies?
I don't know. We usually get another
you
one.
Freaking cry.
Right?
You cry because your damn horse died. You pick flowers together.
Because every time my horse dies, I'm just like, well,
I could do like a Twitch challenge and one horse only. You have to start over.
Yeah.
Can't keep the same horse. God, then of course in the middle of the game there's a part where your horse dies.
Off a cliff.
But yeah, I don't know. That's about it for tonight, guys. You guys got anything before we get out of here?
No, I don't.
Huh?
I'm good to go.
Good to go.
Maybe this will be the week that I watch The Last Jedi or whatever.
You should. Actually, no. If you've never seen any of them, no, you shouldn't.
No. I've watched the first one.
Define the first one.
I've seen all of the Star Wars movies, including the first of the new set.
Okay.
Mr. Jar Jar Binks.
Oh God.
Yes.
Misa like you. Misa say you watch more.
Misa don't want to talk about Jar Jar Binks anymore.
Have you heard about the fan theory that Jar Jar Binks was originally supposed to be the head bad guy of the prequels? I'll send you a link.
I think I've skimmed through that before.
I mean, he was kind of the terror of the movie.
He was.
It was annoying. Oh yeah. So anyway, we'll be back here next Tuesday. You guys gonna be around next Tuesday?
Yes, sir.
Around 10:30 p.m. and we will have more shit to talk about. Hopefully, I'll have a lot more games to talk about. I kind of dropped the ball this week.
I've been kind of bad about it with the whole moving thing, so I'm gonna be back on it. We're about done here.
I have no excuses
stuff,
though.
So.
Can you light some of those fireworks off behind you there? Other way.
Those are maybe wrapping paper?
Oh, I thought it said giant TNT.
Oh shit! I just saw the giant. I thought they were diapers or
no,
toilet paper.
It's a giant magic 8-ball.
Oh God!
Okay. So here's the thing: I have a little bit to complain about this giant magic 8-ball. As much as I like it, they didn't put a giant pyramid inside of the giant magic 8-ball. It's a regular 8-ball size pyramid with the answers inside of this giant ass magic.
How the hell do you find it?
McKenna bought it for me for my birthday because she thought it was just a cool novelty kind of gift. Next stream, I'm gonna have it sitting next to me and I'm gonna hold it up to the webcam so you guys can see it.
Nice.
All right, Nuggets, you're not getting out without it. Wacky Wild News, take it away.
Man, do you know what Nug forgot?
You motherfucker.
I forgot to look up. Wow, I was so into what we were talking about today, I forgot to even look up something.
We talked on the way home.
I know, dude. I had inventory today. My brain is frazzled.
All right, guys.
Oh man, I epically failed.
And then he owes us 2 stories. He owes us 2 stories next week.
There we go.
All right, guys.
2 stories.
Well then, other than that, we are out of here. See y'all next week. Thanks for stopping by, guys. It was fun. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
Later, guys. Bye.